bodies of two French journalists who were killed in Kidal, Mali, arrived in France on Tuesday. The two journalists, Ghislaine Dupont and Claude Vallon, worked for Radio France International and were kidnapped Saturday morning. The abduction occurred while the journalists were interviewing a Tuareg rebel, part of the National Movement of Liberation of Azawad. They were abducted by four mysterious men in a Toyota, said Governor Adama Kamasiko of Kidal. Nobel Peace Laureate Tawakkol Karman has decided that the best use of her $500,000 in prize money is to give it all away. Karman, the Yemeni activist who in 2011 became the first Arab woman to be awarded the Peace Prize, says she has donated the $500,000 prize money to a fund for the people wounded and the families of those killed in Yemen's Arab Spring-inspired uprising. She is donating the prize money to the Aid Fund for families of martyrs and wounded in the 2011 peaceful revolution, which was set up by President Abu Rabu Mansour Hadi.
The recent spike in UFO sightings may have been caused by drones. Studies have shown that the increase in these UFO incidents are most likely occurring due to the increase in usage of saucer-shaped drones used for surveillance and military purposes. A Canadian science center actually used one of these saucer-shaped drones to deliberately fool an entire crowd at a baseball game.
India has launched a rocket hoping that it will allow them to join NASA, the Soviet Union, and the UN in being the only organizations to successfully operate a probe on Mars. It hopes to become the first Asian country to reach Mars. Political scientists believe that this may start an Asian space race because nobody wants to be second to India in anything.
This month, Montana will enact a new roadkill law that allows drivers who accidentally kill big game to harvest the meat within 24 hours. This may raise a question among some people. Is roadkill safe to eat? Well, according to recent studies, you're actually already eating it. That's right. Recent studies have shown that most food items from fast food restaurants contain high amounts of rodent, silverware, and human substances.
Hello and welcome to Guerilla Wolves Movie News. I'm Parker Lehman. We're finally starting to dig into blockbuster November. I mean, you got Thor: The Dark World, The Book Thief, Hunger Games: Catching Fire, Disney's Frozen, Spike Lee's Old Boy, and the list goes on and on. And what better way to kick this all off than with a film almost 20 years in the making? That's right, I'm talking about Ender's Game. Ender's Game is based on the novel of the same name by Orson Scott Card, which also happens to be one of my favorite books of all time. That being said, you can understand my confusion and downright frustration when they got Gavin Hood to direct it. You may remember Gavin Hood from X-Men Origins Wolverine. On the flip side, however, Gavin Hood also made the film Satsi, which won the Best Foreign Language Film at the Oscars in 2006. So how was the movie? Well, if you haven't read the book, it's great. But if you have, you might be in trouble. Let me explain. Ender's Game, the book, is a very character-driven and emotional story. Ender's Game, the movie, is not. Ender's Game, the movie, glosses over character and emotion in favor of story and visuals. And the story of Ender's Game is not that great. What made the story interesting was the characters' emotional arcs. And in the movie, it's just not there. As a result, you are less invested in the film as a whole. So in short, Ender's Game feels rushed and emotionally dulled and probably should have been an hour longer. But if you're a dribbling troglodyte who doesn't like to read books, this is the movie for you. So overall, I give it a 6 out of 10. I would say go see it, but why would you when Thor: The Dark World is out? Until next time, I'm still Parker Lehman.
The Red Sox, Shane Victorino and David Ortiz, shaved their beards for $100,000 each for Boston's charity for the bomber victims. This is symbolic because the whole Red Sox thing this year is a feel-good story for the Boston Bombers, and they are known for their outrageous beards. In fact, you could get a little Red Sox hat with a beard on it. They were known as the base beards. Monday Night Football, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Miami Dolphins. This is why we should rotate the schedules like the Sunday night thing so we could have a relevant Monday Night Football game. ESPN saw this as the state championship of Florida. The Saints have been the state champion of Louisiana every year they've existed. Does that guarantee a playoff spot? Absolutely not. In fact, the Dolphins are the only team in the state of Florida that has won a game. Ugh. I don't even think they have a winning record. So that being said, since I've seen the Dolphins win a game, I'll pick them. The Buccaneers, they should have beat the Seahawks, but they blew a 21-0 lead. So I can't really help you there. Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1. They're in the air, they're on the ground, they're always in control. And when you say Miami, you're talking Super Bowl. Not really, but they're still the Miami Dolphins. So that's all I got this week.
In basketball news, the Philadelphia 76ers, who were primed to be one of the worst teams in recent NBA history this season, have started off with an incredible 3-1 record with wins over teams like the Miami Heat and the Chicago Bulls. This has come as a surprise to many people. Their starting five has been atrocious, and they've been accused of tanking this season. This really came about when they traded Jrue Holiday to the Pelicans. But rookie point guard Michael Carter-Williams has started off his rookie year with an absolutely phenomenally. He's the second rookie in the history of the NBA to be named the Eastern Conference Rookie Player of the Week as a rookie. Their only loss is to a really good Golden State team who I think has the potential to win the NBA Finals this year. So if they keep it up, they're a team to watch. That came out of nowhere. One team that was slated to do well but hasn't started off so well is the New Orleans Pelicans. They've started off 1-2, and their one win was against the Charlotte Bobcats, who aren't anything special. And they lost to Indiana, who was one of the teams in the NBA Finals last year. But one of their losses came to Orlando, and that's inexcusable because Orlando is really bad. So there's a long season. They have a lot of time to turn it around. This is just a rough start. This doesn't really mean anything. But it doesn't look that great right now. The worst thing about the Pelicans right now, though, is their new mascot, Pierre the Pelican, is being met with terrible reviews, that it doesn't even look like a pelican. But enough of basketball. My Thursday Night Football pick, it's the Colts at the Titans. Tennessee's defense has been surprisingly good this whole season. Nobody really expected that much from them, and they've been performing as one of the better defensive units in the NFL. Having said that, Indianapolis' offense has been clicking on all cylinders, and they've been looking fantastic. So that's the matchup to watch there. But Indianapolis has been very good this year, so I'm picking Indianapolis by 10.
Well, what is Sharknado? What is Sharknado?
Shark Tornado is it started on the Sci-Fi Network, and it's a ridiculous movie about sharks that are in tornadoes.
Sharknado, if I recall, it's a movie that looks fake but actually exists, involving a tornado and sharks that are caught up and swirl around. I don't know much more than that.
What is an Instagram?
Oh, I've heard of that. It's pictures that you send instantly.
Instagram is like the newest social media, like Facebook, all that kind of stuff, Twitter or whatever.
Instagram is a social media thing where you can share pictures, you can edit it, and it gets made fun of because you take a nice camera and you put a filter on it.
What does the fox say?
Meow.
I know what it says, I can't say it. I don't have the skill.
What is a meme?
A meme?
A meme.
Good question.
All right.
What is a meme?
Meme. M-E-M-E.
I have no idea.
A meme is a little cartoon, not a cartoon, like a little figure that represents an emotion or an idea. Usually is a punchline.
Who is Fred?
He's a person.
Yes.
Flintstone?
This one I don't get.
What is Snapchat?
I've heard of that too, but I don't know what it is.
Snapshot, is that a new social media thing too? I think I've heard of that.
Snapchat is when you can send pictures back and forth very quickly between two phones.
Good. Do you know that thing that's a number sign? Could you tell me what that's called?
Good question.
The number symbol?
Yes. All right.
I would be sorry if I didn't know the stuff on a keyboard.
I was going to say a hashtag.
What's Rebecca Black's favorite day?
I don't know.
Where's Chris?
Who is Rebecca Black?
The girl who made that song about Friday.
Okay, Friday.
Good.
Friday.
Could you pronounce this? That last phrase. It's Korean.
It's Korean.
South Korean.
I've heard of it. I'm not sure.
Oppa Gangnam Style, the whole guy riding a horse thing, I know that. I do know that.
Oppa Gangnam Style.
Thank